Hey everybody, this is Jeff Gibby over at MetaStock. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming in today. Make sure to like and subscribe. It helps a great deal. If you like it, you're going to help get this video out to other people, and we really appreciate that. If you subscribe, we always do really, well, in my humble opinion, great content about different ways you can look at the market. We have guests, we do big conferences, little conferences, big webinars, small webinars, and if you do subscribe, YouTube might let you know when one's coming up. So make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button, and we do appreciate that quite a great deal. In terms of today's event, Edward Stemplovich is going to kind of come and talk a lot about the MetaStock PowerTools, kind of how you can use MetaStock to help you better trade the market. So it's good to see you. Thanks for coming. We'll be starting in just about 2 minutes. All right, thanks.
All right, awesome. Thank you. Hey, you guys, thank you for joining me today. We're going to basically be talking about MetaStock and kind of how it can help you with your trading. I'm going to show you a bunch of different tools and stuff and kind of what you can do with the software to really help you. But first, before we get into any of that, we do need to go through this awesome disclaimer. So this demonstration is designed to instruct you on using MetaStock and accompanying software plugins. and is not a recommendation to buy or sell, but rather guidelines to interpreting and using the specific indicators and features within the software. The information, software, and techniques presented today should only be used by investors who are aware of the risk inherent in trading. MetaStock shall have no liability for any investment decisions based on the use of their software, any trading strategies, or any information provided in connection with the company. Always good to go through that. So anyways, my name is Edward. I've been here with MetaStock for over 6 years now. It's been quite a journey. Really love the software, really love the overall environment here. It's been great, and I actually have a lot of great friendships with a lot of my clients, and it's overall a great company. And today I want to show you kind of what we can do to help you with your trading. I know some of you are going to be brand new. Maybe you're barely looking into MetaStock for your first time. Others will already have MetaStock, maybe just want to take a sneak peek at what we're going to talk about today. But by any means, here's my contact information. You're welcome to save it. You can contact me anytime after, in the future, or anything like that. And in case you have any questions or anything about the software, and I can help you with that. But as far as right now, we're going to kind of hear some information about MetaStock. Just for those that don't know about MetaStock, we have been here since 1982. Pretty much pioneered technical analysis. It's been a great 41-year journey since starting, and we've been #1 for many of those years, which I'll get to. And a little bit more about the history is we actually were purchased by Reuters back in 1995, and then we bought ourselves back out, and we've been like our own company or a private company since 2012, I believe. Or no, since 2013, so for 10 years now. And since then, we have done a lot of work on the software. We release upgrades about every 2 years, give or take. So we're always working towards improving the software and making it better, and just making an overall great charting platform to help you with your technical analysis and other things. Another huge thing that we like to show is that we have been in an award-winning platform for 30 years straight now with Task Magazine, which is a Reader's Choice Award. It's even better, so there's no biasness there. It's everyone votes, and yeah, for 30 straight years, and then the real-time platform for about 13 years now. And so yeah, it's just something that to keep in mind for those that are looking into MetaStock for the first time. It's an awesome software. And today we're going to be talking about I'm going to show you the basic charting, what kind of capabilities MetaStock has as far as the charting goes, and then kind of how you can use MetaStock to identify trading opportunities. The software can help guide you in trading to help kind of keep emotions out of your trading, which is a big piece to be successful. The software will guide you in all that. There's commentary, we'll go through that, and then there's also testing that we can do on trading systems to make sure we're using something that can be profitable over time. And of course, if anyone has any questions about anything I discussed, please feel free to leave the question in any of the chat boxes, and I'll be sure to get to that. So let's get started. Let me get to MetaStock here. So this is kind of what MetaStock looks like when we open it. And again, I'm going to be showing it off as if you are new. So if any of you are currently users, bear with me, we'll get to some good stuff here. But for those that are brand new, this is what MetaStock looks like. It's it's pretty easy to navigate around. It does take a while to learn it, but our main functionality is right here within the Power console. So we're going to open that up here just by clicking the P up there in the corner. And immediately you're going to notice a lot of stuff going on the screen, but it's pretty easy to understand. We have our main tools in the software over here on the left side of the tab: Charting, Quote Center, Explore, System Test, Forecast, Option Scope. Today, we're kind of going to mess around in just the Charting, Explorer, and the System Testing tabs as per the presentation goes. But anyways, we'll start with Chart here. One awesome thing about us is we actually do have global market feeds. So what's good about that is it doesn't matter what market you trade in, MetaStock can be just right for you. We can handle markets globally here. Let me show you. I think like just right here, what I'm seeing right here is 38,000 different securities available. This is between the North and South America, or I mean, the North America equities. There's futures, indices, but we can actually help a lot more than that. By right-clicking, I can manage that list, and right here on the left side is everything we have access to, whereas on the left side, or sorry, the left side is what we have access to, the right side is what we're seeing, the list that I was showing you, so you can kind of edit things so you don't have to look at everything. But yeah, we have global markets. It's an awesome thing to have, so we can help out any traders. When opening a chart, you can, of course, customize things, which we will open up a chart. I'm going to start with Apple, just something that a lot of us know. Right here on the right side, you can kind of customize the chart. You know, how much data are you going to show? How much data do we want to request? So for indicator's sake, or different systems, you might want to collect, you know, at least 5 years of data, for example. But you can always do like 2 years, whatever you want. But always have it kind of set to 5 years there. And then you can also select particular dates, you know, like December 22nd right here, 2019 to May 25th. You can select specific areas if you want to jump right to something. And then you can select your interval. Of course, we have tick, minutes, hourly, daily, yearly. You can customize your own chart as well, a time frame there. And then we have templates, which will open a clean template, but I'll get into what templates are more in depth. But basically, they're like pre-built, customized charts with indicators and such like that. But for this, we'll go ahead and open up a clean chart. There are a couple ways to open up a chart. We can simply type in a symbol here if we know what it is, or we can click instrument search, and then there's a whole bunch of options here to quickly gauge the company or security that we're looking for. Another thing is we do have suffixes in some of our securities because we offer global data. Apple is on many exchanges. To identify the one that's on the NASDAQ, we do a .o. So I'm going to go ahead and open up apple.o. Here we are. And this is basically what your chart is going to look like. Clean, of course. So to kind of explain what's going on here is we have a bar chart open. Lots of buttons around the chart here. It allows you to, you know, customize the charts. You can add lines to the chart and stuff. Also, double click on the bar chart there on any of the price bars, and then to get the parameters of the chart itself, or the properties, I mean, and then you can change things. Go to candlesticks. We can change the up and down color, the fill colors. We can do all that stuff, which I'll do just to kind of show you. So we'll do up color green. Let's do a fill color of, let's do yellow. Yeah, let's do yellow. I don't know. Let's do down red, and then let's do a fill color of blue, and just kind of see what that looks like. It's probably, I don't know if it got it good, but anyways, yeah. So it has a lot of customizations that you can do with the charts there. Yeah, there we go. We got our yellow fields, blue fields, and so lots of customizability there with the different charts. The different types of charts we have plenty. 3-line break, Renko, point and figure, Heikin-Ashi, equivolume, candlesticks, and bars. Pretty much everything you'd want. We'll keep it on the candlesticks there. And then, of course, yeah, like I said, we have drawing tools. You know, you can draw all your stuff, your trend lines. They even have options in their properties so that you can customize trend lines, for example. We have this one showing the performance from point A to point B. I think that's really neat to have. It kind of shows you how things are moving between point A and point B. But yeah, so there's a lot of different customizability there. You can color things. That goes along with all the other stuff too. I mean, we have the lines that you can just place for support and resistance. You can draw your circles. You know, we have all of that. Also, make little markers, and then you can save charts so you can always keep up with your technical analysis that you are going to be doing. We also have, you know, like the Fibonacci stuff as well, which is actually cool because Fibonacci stuff just got a huge update in version 18. Let me find that here. Nope, we don't need that. Then blind, it's right here, the Fibonacci retracement. So of course, you draw your retracement and the customizability options to it. It's quite customizable. You can like add in lines that you would like. For an example, let's go ahead and add 75%. We'll add 75% and we'll make it, let's just do red, it sticks out. We can apply that, and as we can see, it added the Fibonacci 75% marker or line there. And then you can also save things. So like if this is a Fibonacci retracement line that you want there, every time you place the Fibonacci, we can always save that as the default. So whenever we use the Fibonacci, it'll save. So I'm going to save that, apply, close. I'll delete this Fibonacci here, and we'll just kind of repaint it. Make sure it worked. Yes, it did. Okay, cool. So yeah, lots of great, things you can do to personalize the software for yourself. And that's kind of what we aim to do. We have a lot available in the software. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Now that we know that the basic charting is absolutely there and available, I'll show you kind of like, indicators and how we can make it even more powerful. Another thing is if you open up multiple charts, like let's open up IBM. That's also a way to pull up other charts, is just start typing right in the chart, and then it'll pull up this window, and then we can search up other symbols and open up charts. So I'll select that. I think it actually took over. Yeah. If I want to open up a separate chart, what I'm going to do is go to the Power Console. I'm going to open Apple back up. And we'll click Open Chart. Now, I should have two charts open. Let's see. Yep. So I've got two charts. Up here, there's different layouts you can do for multiple charts. You can click something like this. So you can always look up multiple charts and quickly adjust things to make things look nice. You can cascade things, tile things. But yeah, that's always available. Now for indicators, I'm going to go ahead and close IBM here. And I'm going to just stretch this back out for you guys. Now right here, we have an indicator quick list. This quick list here is just all the indicators available inside MetaStock. This list currently has more than what you would see if you just had MetaStock alone, because we have add-ons installed on this machine here. But anyways, yeah, this is where you would locate all of your different indicators. For an example, maybe I want to throw a moving average on the chart to get my chart starting to look how I want it to look. Let's locate the moving average. Right here. Grab it, drag it over, lay it down, and then it'll give you kind of options how you want the indicator to look. We can do, say, a 20-period moving average. You can change vertical shift, horizontal shift. We'll keep those at 0. And I want to do a simple moving average. And the price field, we're going to make sure it's a moving average off of the close, because you can change things. You can do low, high, open. So we'll do it off the close, and we'll make sure it's a red one. And you can change how, the weight, how big or how thick the line is itself. Do the average weight there. We don't need any horizontal lines. So we'll just click OK. And then now we have our moving average on the chart. You can go ahead and add more as well. Maybe you like to see crossovers. Or drop another one. And let's do a 10-period exponential. And let's make it simple. Color and style. We'll do blue. And then we'll drop it. And now we have the two moving averages there. So you can look for crossovers or just do your analysis. But maybe we want to throw in a MACD into the chart or something else like the RSI. We can just go ahead and grab that, and that'll plop up into its own little indicator window. Let's do the RSI. And bam, just drop it on the chart. We'll do the 14-period. And there we go. Now I have the RSI down there. So as you can see, it's very easy to customize the chart, add what you want, change things around. If you ever want to change parameters of any indicators that you have applied, you just double click on it, pulls up the properties window, and then you can go ahead and change it. So for an example, let's actually change that to a 30 because I mistyped it. Apply it. And there we go. Now we have the 30-period moving average and the 10-period. The same thing goes with the RSI or any indicator. You double click like on the line of something. We can change that to a 28-period RSI if we wanted. And there we go. And that's kind of how you can just quickly and easily customize things. Down here below, you can see like the date axis of the chart. Double clicking on something like that will give you options to change how much data comes into the chart. Just gives you more customizability stuff to do with the chart and the data itself. And then below that, you'll see this kind of blue strip here. That is actually how you would zoom in and out of the chart and move the chart around. Basically grab this highlighted area, push it around. The blue line is actually the equity line of the chart itself, or the price movement, maybe I should say. And so if you wanted to see, like over here, the very left side, you can see that the prices were considerably low compared to now. We can quickly kind of just click over there and jump over there and see what was happening. This big dip right here looks like it was the COVID dip, but yeah, so that's kind of, it's pretty easy to navigate around charts as well with that. You can change your time frames down here, where maybe we wanted to see a weekly chart. You can go ahead and click that. It'll automatically just update with weekly. It'll keep our indicators on the chart. And then you, of course, can zoom in and zoom out with these buttons over here, or you can grab this little marker right here and pinch this thing in or stretch it out. So lots of options there. These buttons up here, they're basically the power tools. So if you click Power Console to go back to the main menu area, that's what these buttons do. They're shortcuts for that. This right here is the Expert Advisor. This is what's going to give you signals on the chart and stuff, which I'm going to get into. We'll show you that in like the expert commentary. So now that we kind of know that MetaStock, you can make your charting however you want. There's many indicators. You can create your own. It's really easy to do. It's great for charting, advanced, basic. Just going to delete some stuff here. We'll delete the RSI. I'll put the MACD on because I'm going to kind of show you MetaStock basically around the MACD. I feel like everyone, maybe not everybody, but most people, most technical analysts know what the MACD is. So I'll apply that. And kind of what we're doing with the MACD, we can see right here, there's the two lines. The fast line is the solid line, the slow line is the dotted line, and then the histogram here, the blue line's kind of on that zero line base, that zero baseline there. That's the histogram. But anyways, typically what you can do with the MACD, for those that don't know, is when the fast line crosses over the dotted line here, you can see that cross right there, that typically initiates a long signal if you're crossing up above the dotted line. And that's kind of what the rules would be, the common rules there. So that would be your buy signal right there. And I'm going to tell you why I'm pointing this out, why this is important. I'm going to move this over so you can see the buy signal is actually this bar right here. And then we'll do the same thing for a sell signal. Let's say the cross down is right here. Move that back over actually. I should probably circle things. But yeah, you can see that the cross down, so there would be a sell signal right here, and you basically get out of that short position once that fast line crossed back above the dotted line. And the reason I'm showing you that is because having that knowledge of how to trade something as basic as the MACD, can actually use the Expert Advisor to show you the signals. And that's what's really nice. That's where the Expert Advisor comes in handy. So there's a huge list of already basically different systems or that you can apply. There's extras here because we have add-ons here, but we have the MACD by MetaStock right here. So we're going to select it and attach that. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So here's the signals that I had mentioned. So I mentioned a buy over here. There's that buy signal right there. And it's nice because you can do this for anything. You can create your own Expert Advisors. You can follow other ones, and you can see different types of signals being implemented on the chart here. Shorts, longs, whatever. But that's not all. There's actually more. There's commentary that is available with the Expert Advisor. What we would do is right-click in the chart. You get a whole menu with a bunch of different options. There's a lot that goes on in MetaStock, but I swear, once you pick it up, it's really easy to maneuver. But we go over to Expert Advisor, click commentary, and then we get the commentary window. It kind of floats in its own little space. You can also push it to any side of the screen and it'll attach. We'll put it there to the left. Now, we'll kind of go over what the Expert Advisor is doing currently. It basically gives you information, right? So we have current statistics, we see the close, the change, the value of the MACD, the signal line. So right now it's bullish. You can see the value is currently 4.6 or something, or 4.8, and over here it shows you that. And then that MACD value is 6.7, which that fast line is above at 6.7, so that means we're bullish. And then it says right here, the MACD can provide buy and sell indications in 3 ways. Signal line crossovers, which is what we were doing, overbought and oversold conditions, and divergences. That's actually powerful. I'm going to show you something a little bit here, a little something about how you can kind of combine these things to make powerful trades. Also, it says crossovers. Currently, the MACD is bullish since it is trading above its signal line. The MACD crossed above its signal line 17 periods ago, so that was this signal right here. Let's see where 17 periods ago, since MACD crossed its moving average, Apple's trade price has increased 18%. So that would have been a sweet trade. Can you imagine getting in on that MACD signal right there and then making 18% since then? And yeah, just moved up pretty good since then. So that's that. Overbought and oversold conditions are also explained. MACD is in an overbought range. Prices may continue to move higher for some time because, of course, we know when things are trending, they'll either be overbought or oversold typically. So that's what it's saying. It can continue to rise. Then it says, wait for prices to move lower before considering any short positions. And then there's been no divergences, signals within the last 5 periods. So it's going to look within the last 5 periods if there's divergence. There has not been. So now you can kind of see like the power of the expert advisor, how we can find trades or identify trades on the chart. You can also jump around with the expert advisor. This little black arrow here, you click, it'll move, and then the commentary changes to the day that you've selected. So let's jump over here on that last signal day. Let's see what it says. So it says currently the MACD is bullish since it's trading above its signal line. It's crossed over 0 periods ago, so just that day, if you saw it, you would have probably seen it there. The MACD is not in overbought or oversold range, and there's no divergences. But yeah, so that's kind of what it would look like on the day of, and then the day before, it's bearish, and the price went down 3% since it provided the bearish signal. But that's kind of how you jump around and read things on the chart there with the expert advisor. And just to kind of quickly show you, we can apply different systems. These are all inside MetaStock standard. So I'll throw on, let's say, the Arun. I just want to show you what a signal looks like on different systems. We still have our MACD down here. When you apply a new expert advisor, we're going to see different signals. We can see a short signal. This one didn't work out well at all. We are in a long. That's good. It's moving up pretty good. Let's see here. You can zoom out, and we can see this one has some pretty good signals. That's some pretty good trades. It looks like the greens, when the bars are green, that means you're in a trade. Long, when they're red, you're in short. So we had one bad trade out of the bunch there. Oop. But yeah, that's how you can quickly put on other systems and look at other things as well. We'll go back to the MACD here. Let's see. MACD. Okay, now we're back to the MACD. That's how easy it is to swap between different systems, just like that. Now, so it is quite nice to see when trades are happening on a chart. We can, you know what, that was actually on a weekly chart too. If we went to daily, everything adjusts by itself. It'll just auto calculate all the different trades. That weekly chart was actually pretty nice, I guess. Yeah, the daily chart is a little bit more choppy. You can kind of see that the MACD can't make up its mind while we're still moving up. Definitely some information to consider there. We're moving up and we're kind of flat on the MACD. That's interesting. But yeah, so you can flip between different time intervals and get different types of data. I know there's a lot of people that like to do a top-down approach where you start at monthly, go to weekly, then hit daily, or just weekly, then daily, sometimes hourly. So you can easily do that by quickly swapping that time frame. If you ever want to exit out of indicators, there's a little X right here. Same with charts. There's an X up here for charts right there. And yeah. Now, We can easily identify these signals on charts. Like if we go to, we're on Apple, IBM, let's just try IBM. And bam, pulls up all the signals on IBM. This is great. But like, going through different charts, looking for confirmed signals or just good trading opportunities, that takes a lot of time. And I know we all don't have all the time in the world to sift through maybe even the S&P 500 charts in a day, every single day, right, to look for opportunities. Or heck, for those day traders, that would be extremely difficult to just keep going through charts and looking for setups and stuff, even with the expert advisor to help point things out. So the next awesome tool that kind of ties things together is our scanning, or the Explorer, which is also scanning. You can click the Power Console and we can go to Explore here. This is going to help us identify trades in the market that are happening now, the time that you scan. Or you can choose any other days or times, I guess. But I'm going to close out of this chart here. Let's go ahead and scan. I actually did do a scan on the S&P 500 before starting this, but I feel like it's fast. I want you guys to see the whole process, so I'm going to do the entire process with you. So in the Explore tab, we have over here all the systems that you can run a scan with, all the opportunities you can locate. Sometimes there might not be trading signals. They could be a one-day high volume, for example. So you can locate particular situations that are happening, not just a signal, a trading signal. And you can create your own as well. So let me kind of explain this whole thing that's going on here. We have all the different systems, as I mentioned, and all the different scans up top. And then right below, you have your different lists that you might want to scan through, all the data that you can scan through. And then on the right side here, we have customization of the scan. So we can do daily intervals, weekly, monthly. You could, instead of using the current exchange date and time, you can take that off and then you can pick a date. So for instance, maybe I'm not finding good trades today, but I'm interested to see trades from yesterday. And I want to see how they're doing today, because maybe I can still jump into a trade a little late, but still, maybe it hasn't moved too much yet and it looks good. So I can change the date to, what is it, 25th? So I can change it to the 24th and run a scan for the 24th. So people might like to do that. I like to do that. But for today's sake, we'll do the exchange date, or the current day and time. You can also, of course, choose how much data you want to load in the charts, which is actually important based on what kind of scans you're going to be doing, because there's indicators that require a lot of data in order to calculate properly. You want to make sure you give the charts enough data for it to be able to scan properly, or to scan enough data. So we always going to just do 1250, 5 years is plenty of time there. And then down here you have options, I guess a use filter option. So what that means is if we scan the S&P 500 with the MACD, it's going to filter out everything that doesn't have any sort of signal. We don't want to see everything that doesn't have a signal. We want to look for the things that do. But unchecking the use filter option can be nice, because maybe you don't want to necessarily look for a signal. You want to see how the overall S&P 500 is doing. So you might run a scan that just gives you the values of what the stochastic looks like, what the RSI looks like, what the MACD is doing, and you maybe want to see how everything looks overall in the S&P 500. That's when we would select the use filter, make sure it's turned off. But in this case, we want to just go ahead and zone right into those securities that are giving us an opportunity today. So I'm going to check that. And then over here, we have different scanning criteria, basically. So there are, I guess, multiple exploration options. We can use the results from the preceding exploration. We can use the selected instruments for all explorations. And then there's use each exploration's previously selected instruments. So what this means is, since I have multiple signal or systems selected, which you can see right here, this is everything selected. I will turn that off. Those things will gray out, like those options. Those are only there if you have multiple. So if you use the results from the preceding exploration, what that means is the first scan is going to look for a 3S long signal. And then the second scan, I'll just do something. It'll take the results from the first scan, and then it'll use only those securities to be scanned with the second system. So you can kind of zone in on the things that have additional confirmations. Maybe like I want to do a MACD scan, and then also I want to check for a one-day high volume price. So it'll take all the results from the S&P 500 and it'll move that over to the second scan, just the results, and I can locate things that have the MACD buy signal plus the one-day high volume price. So you can, quickly identify things with multiple things that are happening that that you like to see. But we will go ahead and run a scan with just the MACD buy signal. Let me locate that. Oh, and also what's nice is you can actually search, which I should have done. You can just type in MAC, and we quickly come up with everything that has MAC in it. And we'll actually do the expert system. The expert system gives us a little bit more information, I believe. One thing you can do to double check that is you can double click on it. It opens up the exploration editor, where it'll give you notes about what's happening with the exploration. You can name the exploration whatever you want. And then also you have the filter. Like I had mentioned, that's how we filter things out. We look for those opportunities. But not only that, in the exploration, you'll have different columns that'll give you different information when you're looking at the results, and I'll show you that. You can create more and stuff. But anyways, so yeah, this one gives us, it finds stocks that reflects the MACD being in an overbought and oversold condition, which is reflected in column C and D. So anyways, this expert system is going to give us more information, and I'll point that out when we do it. So we select the MACD, select the S&P 500, which is right here. Then we click Start Exploration. Now we will go through this. Okay. So as you can see, it's actually pretty quick when running a scan. Things can be more complicated and things can be slowed down. But with the MACD, it'll be a quicker scan. So look how fast it flew through those 500 stocks. Well, we're 26 seconds so far. 27 seconds, and we were able to scan the entire S&P 500. Yes, might be a simple scan, but hey, that's a time saver right there. Let me kind of stretch that out for you. Okay, so this is all the results right here. We scanned with the MACD expert system, the time, date, shows you kind of everything. There was 457 securities that were rejected. Imagine going through that one by one, looking for a signal. Well, we were able to do that in 27 seconds, and we found 46 results. Anyways, we have buy signals, sell signals, overbought, oversold, and the symbol there. If we click the buy, you can basically sort it by zeros and ones. Ones are true, zeros are false. So one, we have a buy signal. We have a buy signal on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 securities there. And then for sell signal, we have sells on, wow, looks like quite a bit more. Kind of interesting. It kind of seems like, I don't know, but if you compare buy and sell, it kind of looks like we're more bearish today on the market, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, anyways, we have a lot of sell signals, and then overbought. We have a couple overbought, and then we have several that are oversold, which is interesting also. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at a buy signal. Another thing that I quickly noticed that I should talk about is this is the rejects. This is what it's filtering, so we can see everything that got rejected. That's all that is, and this is the results page. But anyways, maybe I want to open up a chart from here. Well, we can do that. So here's a little tip here. So if we wanted to open this up, you can click Open Chart, and it'll open that right up. But what we can do first is we can go to the Power Console, go to the Chart tab. We can, whatever template we have selected right here, when we click Open Chart in the results page, it'll open up with that template. I'm going to open it in just a clean chart. I just wanted to show that for anyone that's currently subscribed to MetaStock or using MetaStock. That's a little tip there. Anyways, let's go back here. One neat thing that we can do as well is we can create our watch lists. So before I open up a chart, I'll show you that. Back here in the Power Console in the Chart tab, you can see that we have Public Online Data List, where you can select that. And remember, we were able to kind of customize that. I have the index constituents. I'm showing the S&P 500. You can see all the stocks in there, and that's the list I was scanning. Well, we can actually create custom online data lists, and I'll quickly do that for you. So what I can do is I can actually select, maybe I'm just interested in all the buys, the buy signal here, buy signals. Oops, I can select them by holding Shift, selecting all the in-betweens there. And then you could right-click it, and then we can say Add to Custom List. There's also a... Oh, I thought there was an Add to Custom List. Oh, never mind. So you right-click it, Add to Custom List. We can create a list. Let's call it MACD by. Let's create that. We've created the list. Now we click OK because it's selected and we want to put them all there. Bam. Now I'm going to exit out of that and go to the chart tab, and we can see we created a list in there called the MACD buy. And these are all the signals today that are giving me a MACD buy signal. And the reason you might want to do this is maybe you're running multiple scans. You're interested in a lot of different ways to do technical analysis. You can create different watch lists that maybe you want to keep up with, or you want to run additional scans on those watch lists. You want to do back testing on those. We'll get into that here very soon. But that allows you to quickly make a list. So we'll go ahead and open. We're actually kind of running out of time here, so I'm going to hurry up because there's stuff more to show you. Let's go ahead and open up Eaton Corp. And you can do that from the Explore tab too, by the way. But whenever I open up a results page, you can go back to Explore, click Report down here in the bottom right. Let's click View Report for the selected explorations, which is the MACD. And then that was just one we did. So I'm going to click the buy signal. We've got an Eaton, and I'll click Open Chart. And now let's apply that MACD histogram. Grab the MACD over there, click OK. And as you can see, zoom in. This mouse is a little sensitive. Okay, so we have a buy signal right here because the fast line crossed over that dotted line there, which is that gap up. That's that looks good. And this is not a recommendation to buy or anything, just showing you what the software can do. Let's attach that expert advisor. And right there, we can see that there's that buy signal. So that's how you can quickly jump to opportunities and find things to help you, get into trades, because sometimes it's tough to find trades. And I think MetaStock capitalizes on that very well by allowing you to scan for whatever you want, which is it's seriously a time saver. Oftentimes when I get into a trade and then, I come out winning, let's say it moves up 8% and I jump out, I just feel like MetaStock helped me with that opportunity. Otherwise, I never would have found that. And that feels really good. And it's something that you definitely want to experience. So anyways, we found that buy signal there. Now, it's important to be able to find trades really quickly, to identify things on charts, to follow rules and stuff. But there's one more piece to that. Like, how can we feel comfortable following these signals? How are we going to know that this is a system that works for us? Well, we got you covered there, don't worry. We actually have the system tester, which, some people don't believe in them, but I like it. I think it's something that helps me feel more comfortable with a trading system. The reason is because we're going to test to see how profitable a system is on select securities. I'll show you an example. So it looks identical to the Explore tab. You have your system tests up top, your data sets at the bottom, and then we can customize the system test. There's a trade options here where if you click that, you actually can customize the system test more in depth. You can choose the account tab. You can do a points only test. If you're an FX trader, you can test systems based on point movement over the price movement, which is what's needed for FX. We can, since we're going to be doing stocks today, we will do a $100,000 account, and I'm just for the fun, I'm going to trade every penny of that account in this test per trade. I'm not going to hold back at all. So other than that, there's other things you can apply like interest rates, margin requirements, commissions, and just different things to match kind of what your whole thing looks like, so it can be as close as possible to the correct results for how you would trade. And so it takes a bunch of things into account. We'll click OK, just $100,000 at 100% per trade. Let's see if this is going to be interesting. Now let's look for the MACD histogram. Or no, I think I just kind of read that while talking. Let's do the MACD expert system. There's also optimized test where it can take a particular, like the MACD, and it could test one security and it could change parameters of the MACD to give you the best parameters for that security. That's pretty cool. but we'll do the expert system because that's what we were looking at today. I'm going to do the entire S&P 500. I just want to show you guys kind of what the MACD looks like. We're going to go back 2 years. I think 2 years is a good amount of time. You can go back as much as you want. You can do 20 years if you want. Up here, you can choose long, shorts, or both. We're going to do both. You can just say, you know, best of both worlds. Once you click Start System Test, you get this tab down here. And it's just, it'll be pretty quick. System testing can be fairly fast, but it can be slow if you have something complex. Actually, you know what? I actually did a system test. I'm just going to close it. So all it does is it runs through that, and then it gives you the report, which I'll pull up right now, right here. So when I did the system test earlier, I did the system test on everything that provided results in the exploration tab. And the way to do that is down here in the data category, there's an option for last exploration results, which is very handy, especially when doing this particular routine that I'm doing with you right now. We can go and click on last exploration results, and we can test the MACD on just those ones because those are the ones we have a signal for today. Which, you know, maybe that's all you care about. You don't want to do it on the entire S&P 500. So I'll open that report here, which is right here. And let me extend this. So this is the system testing results page. Honestly, it did pretty good on some of this. So you can see how much money it's returned for us. I did change the options. This was actually $10,000 using 100% on 10,000. I was going to do 100,000 and run a scan, but I didn't do that. So we're looking at the $10,000 account here, trading 100% at a time. And it looks like this top performer was RCL using the MACD. Can you believe it? Over the 2 years, if you would have used the MACD, all the buy signals, all the short signals, and you followed it, you would have increased your portfolio by 203% according to these results here. You would have seen 86 trades overall in the 2 years, 49 of which have been correct, or not correct, I should say. 49 have been profitable, whereas 37 have been losses. And then your average win is $1.85 per dollar that you invested. So that kind of shows you all the results. We also had another one that was 100%. So you could have focused on these two over the last 2 years to see those kind of results. But we can actually get more information. If we go ahead and double click on one of them, we get all these details, which is really cool. So here's what's one of my favorite parts about it is you can see performance results in comparison to like buying and holding. As I said, we got the 203%. If you would have bought and hold for that 2 years, you would have lost money. So the MACD well outperformed buying and holding. Therefore, that gives me kind of confidence there that, hey, this is actually a pretty good system. It was profitable more than 50% of the time. I think it was like 55% of the time or something. But not only that, on the winning trades, it did really well, and it increased our portfolio by a lot, but over double. And so anyways, you can get all this different information about the trading or the back testing if you've traded with the system. There's other tabs up here too. You can look at orders that you take in throughout that 2 years. You can look at positions. And then my favorite tab is the equity line. You can actually see here's our account right here starting at $10,000. We had our first little blip trade right here, like day 37 or something. It kind of went up, and then you can just kind of see the account moving. Look how good that just moves up, up, and up. That's like the perfect equity line that you'd want to see, or close to it. Maybe not perfect, but pretty close to it. Now let's go to a different one just to show you a different example. I'm going to click back, and stuck there. So that. Let's go to one that has negative profits. Let's not do the very last one. Let's do like this one. Oh no, it's still 22% winning. Let's go to minus 37%. Double click it. Let's go to the equity line. You can see this one started up at 10,000 and it slowly has just been moving down, and that's not what we want to see. So if I had a signal on this one today, I would honestly probably ignore that. Based on what I'm seeing, I don't feel comfortable following it. It looks like over time it doesn't do well. So it's good information to have. Let's go back to the results here. And And then I want to open up that top one. Let's see what this one looks like on charts. So I'm going to close out of this. You can click plot on chart, kind of shows you everything. I'll just do that. Let's plot on chart. I had that selected right. Yeah, I think I did. So close that down. Actually close that out completely. Close that. And here is the chart. It looks a little messy. This isn't what an expert advisor would look like. This is showing you everything, all the different actions you would have taken if you've been trading with it. But you can see here's a MACD buy signal right there. And I mean, that was a good trade. I guess it got you out pretty quick over here. But yeah, you can click around and look at things. I don't know if it actually got you out right there. But yeah, that's how you can quickly open up a chart. Up here, you can see the equity line, that equity curve that we were looking at, to kind of see like when your account started growing. And it looks like it was kind of around like this area, it really started pushing up. And so that's how you can quickly identify, what to trade. So what that leads me to is I'm going to close out of that. I'm going to close out of this as well. And I'm going to go to that list that we created. Let's see. Let's go to, I guess I created just the buy signals. We'll open up the RCL because that one performed the best. And I just want to do a cleaner chart. I'm going to open that. And then I'm going to apply the MACD system. And yeah. So today the RCL has a sell signal is what that does. And that's not a recommendation, but this was the highest profitable security on that scanning list. Some of them could be even better, but I could feel pretty comfortable maybe doing a short trade or something, given all that information. And that's kind of how we can look for a good system. Now, keep in mind, there's a lot of different systems inside the software. You can start off by testing a bunch of different things. These PS systems alone are awesome. You can go ahead and back test all those, create watch lists, scan for things. You can create watch lists for the top performing securities with these systems. And that's kind of the process that you do when looking for a good system or looking for trades inside the MetaStock software. So that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to show you today. Thank you guys for kind of going through that with me. I'm going to continue maybe you're interested in starting MetaStock or you want to learn more about pricing and stuff. So first of all, with the software, we actually provide two different versions. We have MetaStock RT and MetaStock DC. RT is going to give you the intraday quotes, the intraday data, the intraday intervals, the tick, minute, hourly charts. It's going to be more for those that like to day trade or anyone that just likes to see the market currently moving. And then DC are for those that don't have any time to look at the trades during open market hours. You don't need that. You just need to see at least daily charts up to yearly, and you'll basically do end of day trading. So you'll get a signal after the market closes. You'll jump into trades on the following day. So those are the two versions that we have there. Typically, the real-time package is $265 per month. That includes two things. That includes the software, MetaStock that we just went through, plus Zenith, which is a whole nother platform for fundamental analysis. MetaStock pulls data from that. Let's say you get data on your charts. So they do go hand in hand. You get to $265. And then the MetaStock DC is only $69 per month, which will include the North and South America equities, futures, FX, global indexes, also US option data. But yeah, so there's also other packages there to meet your requirements. Now, for new clients, we actually allow you to buy 1 month and then you get the second and third month for free. You can use that link right there. That's metastock.com/Edward Stemplovich. That will take you to the page where you can actually set this trial up if you'd like, or just learn more about MetaStock if you want to learn more about the different tools and stuff. And then we also offer premium training, which helps you cut the learning curve by like 50% or more. The premium training includes over 100 different videos that will literally take you from the top and work your way down to expert level of the software. I'd say the software has probably about 1 to 2 months of a learning curve. It really depends how much time you can put into it. But this training program, you can get used to the software in a couple weeks if you go through it. at a decent pace there. And I've never heard anything bad about it. So if you're going to think about maybe taking the 3-month deal, I would also consider the premium training and include that, because they will tie in together and you will have everything you need. With your subscriptions, you will get free and limited supports, free upgrades, free and limited access to recorded training, and then we also offer a free white glove installation appointment for any new users. We will call you and help you set things up, set up your watch lists and all that for you, and even show you around the software. So that's all included. We don't just leave you in the dark. And again, here are my contact details. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions about what I showed you. Maybe it's about something else that you wanted to ask. That you're using MetaStock already. Feel free to call me or send me an email. I'm happy to help you. Definitely save those. And yeah, again, thank you so much for being here today. That's the end of the presentation. I hope you got a good gist of how MetaStock can help you find trades, identify them, test trading systems, and just overall feel more comfortable with your trading. Again, contact me, and I'm happy to help you get started or answer any questions. You guys have a great day.
Hi, Kelly Clement here from MetaStock. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you found it instructive and informative. If you did, what I'd like to invite you to do is go ahead and like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps us a great deal, and it helps us bring you more awesome content like today's video. So go ahead and like and subscribe, and keep on watching.